Hello, boys and girls. We are going to read a story today for our literacy activity, okay? All right, are you ready to review the parts of a book so we can remember all the different parts of the book? Okay, let's get your hand out and you're going to print your hand as the book. Ready? Front cover, back cover, spine, and title. Front cover, back cover, spine, and title. Front cover, back cover, spine, and title. These are the parts of a book. Very good. Okay, the title of this book is Giraffes Can't Dance. Look at the front cover of this book. What do you see? I want you to tell a family member that's close to you, what do you see on this book? What do you think this book is going to be about? It's called Giraffes Can't Dance. And look at this picture. I wonder what it will be about. Maybe it'll be about a giraffe that's not a very good dancer. All right, let's see who the author and the illustrator of this book is. All right, do you guys remember what the author does? What does the author do? Let's sing our song. Ready? The author writes the words. The author writes the words. Hi-ho, did you know the author writes the words? The author is Giles Andre. Giles Andre is the author. He is the one that wrote the words to Giraffes Can't Dance. What about the illustrator? I wonder who is the illustrator. What does the illustrator do? Let's sing our song. The illustrator draws. The illustrator draws. Hi-ho, did you know the illustrator draws? Ooh, the illustrator is Guy Parker Reese. All right, Guy Parker Reese was the one that drew all the pictures to this book. All right, let's get into this book. Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Oh no. Now, every year in Africa, they hold a jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. Look at all those animals all dancing away. Poor Gerald's sad. The warthogs started waltzing. The rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming and they soon began to roar. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald, the animals all sneered. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird. Wow, are the other animals being very kind to Gerald? Oh, not really. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. They're right, he thought, I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So he crept off the dance floor and started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Oh no, poor Gerald. He looks like he could use a kind friend. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon is so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on. But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Wow, that cricket's pretty nice to him. Looks like he's being his friend. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail was swishing around. Is he dancing? He threw his legs out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I'm dancing! Yes, I'm dancing! I'm dancing! Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer we've ever seen!" How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find music that we love. Oh, look at that. We made it to the back cover. That means our book is over. Everyone say the end. Thank you, guys.